Let me ask you something real quick. Do you ever just sit there and think, am I doing life right? Because nobody really prepares you for your 20s. One day you're in school, and the next you're expected to know what career you want, how money works, who you're supposed to be, and who you're supposed to love. And then somehow have it all figured out. And what's crazy is the decisions that you make now in your 20s, the small, boring, everyday ones that you've been doing, quietly shape your entire future. So today, I want to break down the key decisions in your 20s that actually matter, but in a real, honest, and not in a fake guru type of way. This is not about perfection, hustling 24/7. This is just about having awareness of where you are and work towards where you want to be. So if you're in your 20s now, things probably feel pretty heavy because this is the first time in your life where everything is technically your fault. You are in control of your own schedule, your income, you are in control of your health, and the habits that you currently have and develop. And on top of that, social media makes you feel like someone your age is already a millionaire. Think about the times you scroll through TikTok and Instagram. You see these people on these social media platforms having nice cars, traveling all over the world, living in these penthouses or mansions, and then it makes you think that they have it figured out. But you should already know that what you see on social media is not really the truth. Maybe they're selling a course. Maybe they are selling you something to make you feel that you can achieve that lifestyle. A lot of those cars are rented, those places are probably rented, but they're just trying to trick people into buying whatever they're selling. But the other truth nobody tells you is that your 20s are not about having answers. They're about setting direction for yourself and for your future. So the first decision is what you do with your time. Not money, not talent, but time. Because time turns into skills. Time turns into habits, and time turns into your identity. And here's the uncomfortable truth. If you don't decide how your time is spent, something else will decide for you. And those are things that you've already been doing. You've been scrolling through TikToks. You are sitting on your couch with your legs up. You have all these distractions and focusing on other people's priorities besides yourself. You don't need to be productive every second, but you do need to be intentional with your time and what you do with that time. We know that time is the most valuable thing that everybody has. You can always make money, buy different things, but time is something that everybody has the same. We have the same 24 hours, but everybody uses it differently, and you have control on how you use that time. You want to just keep wasting it, doom scrolling, or you want to actually use that time and do something productive, either by working towards a goal or improving a skill. So this is where you have to ask yourself, what am I doing most of my days? And is that version of me going where I actually want it to go? Time is the most valuable thing that everybody has. The second decision is choosing growth over comfort. In your 20s, comfort is sneaky. My job is paying the bills. This routine is easy. I don't want to change it. You'll figure it out later. Those are things that you keep telling yourself, but growth is supposed to be uncomfortable. It looks like being bad at something new. It's supposed to be uncomfortable because you don't know what you don't know. Also, starting from zero and risking embarrassment. Choose environments that stretch you, not ones that just pay you. If you want to work towards a promotion, ask your manager, hey, what can I do to work towards the next level up to where I am at now? Give me some stretch assignments that I'm not comfortable with. So when the time comes for a promotion, I'll be ready. Money matters, but the skills that you develop compound way faster. The third decision is your relationship with money, not in a flashy way, in a real way. Your 20s are where you build financial habits or you build financial stress. Spending everything you make feels fine until life hits you. Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about freedom. And it hits you hard, man. No one really expects you to get a flat tire when you're driving down the road. No one expects a medical emergency to pop up when everything has been going fine for you. There's always one-off things that will happen to you. Emergencies that require money. So you have to be ready, and that's why you have to have a budget and an emergency savings just in case these things happen, because you never know. So in your 20s, you need to learn how money works. This is something that they don't teach us in school. We don't learn about money and how it works. We don't learn about taxes and things like that. So when you learn how money works, this will mean less financial anxiety. You have more options and more control of your future. You don't need to be rich, you just need to be aware of your money, where it's going, how much you make, what your fixed expenses are, and how much you're able to save and how much of a cushion you have at the end of every month. The next decision is who you keep around you. The people you hang around with influence how you think. So we always hear the saying, show me your 5 friends and I will show you your future. So if you have a bunch of friends who are bums, you're probably going to be a bum yourself. So that's why it's hard, but you have to cut out the people that don't make sense to have around anymore. And if everyone around you avoids responsibility, hates growth, and just stays comfortable, guess what happens? You're going to be the same person that they are. This doesn't mean cutting everyone off. It means being honest with who pushes you forward and who pulls you back. You grow into the conversations you're surrounded by. The fifth decision is your health. I know health isn't exciting in your 20s. It's easier to be healthy in your 20s and in your 40s and 50s, but the more proactive you are in your health, the less health risks you'll have once you get older. So I know right now you probably feel fine, you recover fast, you can get away with bad habits, eating habits, drinking soda, barely working out or not working out at all. But your body is either investing in your future or accumulating interest on bad habits. It's important to get good sleep, movement, and healthy foods because these things affect your mood, your focus, your confidence, and your energy. So make sure you focus on your health in your 20s. If you had some bad habits in your 20s and 30s, trust me, they're going to catch up to you, and it's going to be a lot harder to become healthier the older that you get. Make sure you have good sleep, eating habits, go to the gym a few times a week. Just nothing too crazy, man. You're not trying to become a bodybuilder, but just get the body moving. Our bodies were made to move, not to be sitting down and not being proactive. The next decision is learning who you actually are. And this is a big one. Your 20s are about self-awareness. You have to think about what drains you, what excites you, what are you naturally good at, and what do you avoid and why. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they don't know how to slow down long enough to understand themselves. Just take a step back, have self-awareness, think about what makes you happy, what drains you, think about what you're good at. How can you use your talents to improve your life, to improve your skills? And the next decision, risk now, not later. If there's ever a time to try something risky, it's now in your 20s. Start that business, change careers, move cities. If you don't have a family, if you don't have many responsibilities, you don't have any kids, the 20s are for you to take risks. Go out there, start that venture that you want to do. If you're not happy with your current career, change it. If you're not able to get into a new career, then get the education that you need. If you don't like the city that you're in, move to a different city, move to a different state. It's okay to fail. It's okay to try these new things in your 20s. That's what they're for. You need to find out what you like. Otherwise, you're just going to be miserable. Because the cost of failure in your 20s is low. And the cost of regret later is heavy. Once you hit, late 30s, 40s, 50s, and then you start having regrets, making these risks earlier in life, because failure teaches and regret haunts you. And it'll haunt you till you hit your grave. The next decision is what you consume daily. Not just food-wise, but what do you watch? What do you listen to? What do you read? This stuff shapes your mindset quietly. If all you consume is negativity, drama, and instant gratification, don't be surprised when motivation disappears. Feed your mind like it matters, because it really does. If you're feeding your mind brain rot and you're doom scrolling and you have these little dopamine hits, then that motivation, you're not going to have that motivation. But if you're consuming education, if you're consuming work, experience, if you're consuming things to develop your skills, that's what matters. So just be attentive to what you consume. And the next one is defining success for yourself. And this one is huge. Success for everybody is different. You don't define success for yourself, you'll chase someone else's version forever. And this might be your freedom, your peace, impact, time, and security. And it's okay if it changes. Just make sure that the life that you're building actually feels like your life. You don't want to build your life around somebody else because you're just not going to be happy. You're going to be living somebody else's life when you have to be focusing on yours, on what makes you happy, on what you want. What do you define as freedom and happiness? That's what you need to focus on. And here's the truth that I want to leave you guys with. Your 20s don't decide your entire life, but they decide the momentum that you build to your 30s, 40s, 50s, and so on. The momentum is powerful. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to have awareness and direction. Small decisions, repeated daily, they change everything. So make sure you do what you got to do, guys. Improve your skills, work on yourself, take risks. Just say screw it. As long as you don't have responsibilities and as long as you do it in a smart way, just grind it out, man. Push yourself in your 20s. Become that man or woman that you want to be for yourself and for your future family. I'll say it again. Small decisions, repeated daily, change everything. If this video resonated with you, comment the biggest decision you're facing right now in your 20s. And honestly, you don't even have to be in your 20s. If you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, just comment down below. You're not alone and you're not behind. And if you guys haven't checked out my previous video, make sure you do so. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.